Hello, my name is Mariam Shamalta. Welcome to Shamiram Media's Business Corner. Silicon Valley Advantage, a technology accelerator, was established a little over 5 years ago in Silicon Valley and currently headquartered in Oakland, California. Gloria Maceiko, the founder and managing director of Silicon Valley Advantage, is joining us today for a brief discussion. Gloria, a serial Assyrian American entrepreneur who has years of experience in establishing and running startups, has a degree in industrial engineering and a master's degree in industrial management. She's joining us today to discuss why she established Silicon Valley Advantage, the current portfolio companies, and how you can become a part of accelerating innovations powered by Silicon Valley Advantage. Gloria, welcome to Shamiram Media's Business Corner.
Thank you, Mariam. It's a pleasure to be here with you.
The first question I have for you, Gloria, is that prior to establishing Silicon Valley Advantage, you have been involved in establishing many other startups and running startups. Why did you decide to establish your own technology accelerator?
The history of Silicon Valley Advantage started with my own university. A lot of us who are fortunate to be living in Silicon Valley and the Bay Area have been connected to the ecosystem that allows and flourishes, accommodates growth of startups. And when I went to my university back in Texas, Arlington specifically, which is between Dallas and Fort Worth, I realized that there was a lot of excellent technology and research developed at universities, research universities that don't have the ecosystem that we have in Silicon Valley to allow them to grow and flourish the way we do here. So it started with me wanting to give back to my university and connecting them to our ecosystem, which led to agreement with the university. Since then, it's fortunate that we've been fortunate to be surrounded by 60 plus advisors and have grown the business rapidly from one university to multiple universities and internationally with Taiwan Ministry of Science and Technology, Europe, Finland, UK, and across US.
What type of startups do you support at Silicon Valley Advantage, Gloria?
Briefly, we support three types of startups. One form of startups are the ones that we identify an interesting piece of technology or research or IP patent that has a large market, and we form companies around that idea or that research. And we recruit experienced executives that we're fortunate to have and our own advisors to form and run these companies and grow them. The second type are startups that are already formed. They're somebody else's idea. They have a team already. They probably even have at least a proof of concept product that come to us because, again, they need the assistant to help them grow, commercialize their product, get the sales and business development and strategic partnerships going. And the third type, and often in both of these stages, the first type of startups and the second type that I just described, are in need of additional investment, which we make introduction and assist them with investment and funding strategy. And the third type are companies such as iStorage that I believe you have interviewed with the founder and very successful Assyrian entrepreneur, John Michael, that are established, are very successful in other parts of the world, in that case in Europe, and they need to get to the US market. So within we help them with that regards.
There are other accelerators out there. How is Silicon Valley Advantage similar and different than other accelerators?
You're right, Mariam. There are many accelerators, especially in the Bay Area, certainly in California and various parts of the US and now around the world. Some that are well known are Plug and Play, Techstar, a number of them, and we're similar in that our goal is to help startups get to the next level, to grow a successful company and eventually get to a successful exit. In that sense, a lot of us are similar. Silicon Valley Advantage, however, is different because our advisors are very seasoned executives. They often take operating roles in our startups, not just coach and advise, but take operating roles. So in a sense, we become an extension of the team that already exists. We fill the holes that the executive team may not have experience or have the right person. And we also are very different in the sense that we stay with our startups, ideally through a successful exit. Most other accelerators do some coaching, they do some boot camps, etc., but often they don't stay through the growth process of a company until a successful exit. And those of us that have been a part of startups know that along the way there are many hiccups, there are bumps in the road, and if you don't have the right coach and seasoned and experienced executives, that's where companies usually run into problems and don't get to the next level of success.
Can you briefly discuss the current portfolio companies powered by SVA?
Yes, I like to at least introduce them by name and give a very brief description of what they're doing. In general, we started as a technology accelerator, so we started with a number of technology companies. Two of them are what's called IoT, Internet of Things. One is a pH sensor called SenseTech. The other one, ash sensor, that is a sensor used in buildings to report wirelessly the health of structures, buildings, bridges, any type of structure. And I believe that you will have short interviews or short videos introducing each of these companies in detail. The pH sensor is used in monitoring food spoilage. It has many medical applications. It's monitoring soil and water, and basically anything that is living has a level of pH. Even some of the applications are in adult diaper and a number of other applications, a very large market for both of these. The second type of companies that we have either established or formed or brought from overseas are companies that are in the medical space. One of them is licensed from Texas A&M. We've named it Tana Therapeutic, and it's a platform technology in the medical space that can deliver drugs to live cells. Very interesting technology, still in early stages, but if we can get it to the next level, it has all kinds of possibilities of regenerating nerves and for heart attacks, spinal injuries. And Dr. Ron Michael is involved with that one and will be heading out both of these projects. Tana Therapeutics is a cancer drug that works along with other cancer drugs and has shown extremely promising results. Then we have medical devices, which I'll show you one. This is a company from Taiwan called Flat Medical. It is a new type of syringe for anesthesiologists to use, and it has a visual indicator on there, so when they do the injections, they can physically see when they need to stop. The other ones on the technology side is intelligent traffic light. Here is a demo of it where we're adding things like cameras, edge computing, artificial intelligence, so to make traffic lights much more intelligent with working with autonomous cars and connected cars driving and getting smart cities ready for these type of technologies.
Wonderful. Um, Last but not least, we wanted to conduct this interview and have this brief discussion with you because we are interested in professionals, angel investors, and VCs who would like to come and join you and the rest of the advisor team at Silicon Valley in all these innovations, all these startups. How can professionals, angel investors, etc., involved in all this?
You're absolutely right, Mariam. As most of us, again, have been in the startup world, know that it takes a team to build a company. So, case in point is Ramin Zakaria, who reached out to us. He is an amazingly experienced chief financial officer, works with startups quite often, understands the needs of the startups and how to structure startups for funding. So we, just like any company, we need angel investors at the formation of these companies, what's called seed funding. And then when we go to A and B round, as the companies grow, we like to have venture capitalists that we partner with and give them certain priorities to look at our startups. So I would invite executives that have experience in any of these areas, whether it's medical, artificial intelligence, semiconductor, sensors, business experience, that have had the experience of starting, forming, or growing companies, to come join us and choose which one of these companies is of interest to them, which one of these companies they might have a strategic relationship, such as, example, relationship with hospitals, relationship with large medical device companies. As you know, most of small companies often partner and depend on large companies to get them to the next level for strategic funding, for having a large market reach. So I would invite professionals, people with experience, investors, to come join us and choose which one of these companies they would like to either become a member of or become a participant in.
Thank you, Gloria. Thank you very much. Um, how can people contact you if they're interested in joining?
I would highly encourage them to go to our website, is www.svadvantage.com, and my email is gloria@svadvantage.com. Our operations manager is Sam, S-A-M, at svadvantage.com, and then you'll see also the list of executives and advisors, over 60 of them, but you'll see the main team on the team page, and they can contact any of us based on their interest.
Excellent, Gloria. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure.
Dear viewers, if you're interested in joining Gloria and her team, or want to get more information about the portfolio companies that we discussed in this show, please do not hesitate to visit SVA's website or send Gloria and her team an email. Thank you for joining us.